Hi John, this is James. So just want to go over the pieces that we worked on when we're together. So on the left here, basically our big priority was really to start shortening the duration of time that the arm swing would continue to travel, which would start making the butt of the club passing, so it passes, let's say, 3/4 of the way up the bicep and then into the downswing, as the rotary component would kick in a little earlier. You start to see how the butt of the club passes too high above the shoulder. So that starts moving this left arm out onto the toe stance line. So for you to try and hit the shot that you want to hit, which is a little baby draw, you'd have to be able to uncock the club. So you need to uncock the wrists at a faster angle that the club and the butt of the club lowers. So you're going to see that the butt of the club actually moves down and across the ball. And for you to keep this path somewhat outward, you'd have to, again, uncock the club. You can see kind of the direction that the sweet spot moves. Gets slightly out and then moves down on the left a fraction. So when with the face alignment being a couple of degrees open at setup, you'd hit a ball that pushes. It could potentially just be a straight push, or maybe even fade a couple of yards, depending how steep the angle of attack is. And so you could see how, because the sweet spot moved left, the extension rates thrusting happens a little bit too late. So what we did is really started to clean up a little bit in the backswing as you started checking the transition, feeling like the butt of the club stays on the inclined plane a little bit longer. So you felt like you had to push the grip end down and increase the speed that you cocked the wrists upward. Okay, so you can see how now the butt end actually traces up on the inclined plane rather than it starting to move outwards and get a little bit too high. So from there, this was again the big piece, was to feel that this angle, so across your shoulders to lead arm. Now the front arm view, you'd start making this angle get too small. So your left arm would continue to load across your torso, longer and longer and longer, and you can see how the hip segment would actually stall. So the hips would stop, and that left arm would keep riding up and up and up and up and up and up independently. So you see how the arms start lifting off the torso. Again, moving that butt of the club upward and too high. So again, your sensation was that this angle between your shoulders and left arm stayed constant from 2, so from the shafts parallel to the ground, kept it constant all the way up to the top. Okay, so that the duration of the arm swing was shorter and it was actually in sequence with the hip segment. So you see how the club now starts tracing the inclined plane. So as you start making the downswing, you start to see how the left arm is going to be more vertical. So you bring the club down. In my opinion, this butt of the club's a little bit too high and too far out. Now it starts to lower and approach from the inside. So you don't have to uncock the club and move it across the golf ball. So really just want you to keep doing those pieces, particularly making sure that you feel like the butt of the club pushes down and you increase the speed at the wrists cock upwards, and then keeping that left arm feeling like it's maintaining its space across the chest as you take the club up to the top, so the backswing feels much shorter, so that again this butt of the club can start passing halfway through the bicep again in the downswing, instead of it passing too high up through the shoulder up here. So really nice stuff, and I hope this will make sense and have fun. Thank you.